Bismillah.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Hello? Wait, what? Oh, yeah? What's up, dude?
Yeah. Me and Annika split.
Yeah? What happened?
So, when she got here on... Not yes... Oh, when she got here yesterday, we basically, both of us knew, like, the relationship was over.
Mm-hmm.
But... we did try to spend our last days together and, like, have
Wait, so
fun, I guess you could
she
say.
came to you?
Yeah, she came over here, and because she was gonna drop off my stuff, like, she had my stuff in the car,
Mm-hmm.
because she was gonna break up, and then we both...
Did she tell you beforehand?
Not, well, like, no, but you know when, like, the feeling, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so.
But, basically, when she got here, vibes were off, but then, like, we talked about it, and then we both were like, yeah, let's do the things that we said we were gonna do, just to end it off on a good note, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, she had class, I had work, so after work, I came back, she was in her class, and then we watched our show, and then we went, like, at 8 o'clock, we went on and did not a Gretzky, we did a free skate,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was super fun, and then...
It was fun?
Yeah, it was fun. And then we went...
How is it fun?
Like, we were just, like, hanging out, I guess, like...
It didn't feel
like,
different at all?
a little bit, but it was, like, it was kind of heartbreaking, kind of different, you know?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean.
And then she was like, yeah, I don't know, like, deep down, I'm very sad inside, and I was like, me too. And
Are you?
Yeah, I literally cried this morning. And then...
But what about when you said, like, you were feeling like nothing?
Yeah, I didn't. Like, in the relationship, I felt nothing, but I have so much, like, care for her. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, the relationship wasn't working, but I loved her as a person. Does that make sense?
But you didn't like being in the relationship.
Yeah, I don't think I wasn't able to give everything she wanted, and it was just, like, constant, like, there was, like, she said that there was, like, she looked at it like there was more pros and cons, but I was like, I even told her, like, those were the past, and those were, like, clinging on to memories, and I was trying to focus more on the now, and that's probably what made me lose control a little bit.
Yeah.
But she spent the night, and then um, I had to drop her off.
Mm-hmm.
I gave her skates because those are hers, and then
Wait, you gave her what?
Clothes. Huh?
You gave her what?
Her skates, because I bought her skates.
Well,
And
what are
then,
skids?
I dropped her off, and then we we did one final hug for like goodbye, and then we shared like I hope you do well and all of that.
Yeah.
And it was like it was a happy bad ending. Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, no ending. Yeah, like no ending can be really good in that kind of sense.
Mm-hmm. It was just like it was like kind of sad because both of us had to basically like close a chapter, and although we wanted to keep it going, it wasn't going to work. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like I saw that ever since Chop Wood.
Mm-hmm. But we both shared our own mindset, and then we both came to an agreement, and we did have, I guess, we still shared our final memory together with a good one,
Mm-hmm.
instead of ending it with a bad note, if that makes sense.
Yeah. What are the next steps? What are you gonna do now?
She's like, are you gonna block me or stuff like that? I was like, no. I mean, that's I'm not gonna block you because we did come to a conclusion where it's we're still cool people, but it's just in a different perspective now.
Mm-hmm.
And although I feel like we still have to unfollow each other just so we can't cling onto those old memories, I guess you can say, because I still want her to be able to move forward past this.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Because the last thing I want is to hold her back.
Do you think you're going to be able to move forwards?
I think so, but it's just going to take some time. She asked me what I was going to do afterwards, after the breakup, but I told her straight up, I was like, I'm probably just going to focus on school. I told her before, if anything, I'm not going to do all this type of stuff because it's just I don't find it.
Because when you used to do it, you clearly weren't happy as a person.
Yeah.
I could see it.
So she was like, yeah, that makes sense. So I think the best thing moving forward was just to better myself, obviously.
Yep.
But to find the right path, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because last thing I want is to build up a bad reputation of constant make a repetitive cycle, if that makes sense.
Like a relationship cycle?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that.
That makes sense. Are you going to be looking for somebody else?
No.
No?
I think, no, the best thing to do right now is just be single. There's no point in just moving on to the next relationship. I don't understand how people can just go to the next relationship. That does not make sense. You have to regroup yourself, and I don't know. I feel like that's the proper way to reset.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you think you've learned something?
Yeah, I feel like I did.
What did you learn? What's the big takeaway? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna think going forwards? How are you gonna... What changes are you gonna make in order to see more positivity in your next future relationship, if there is one? What can you take away from the flaws of this one that you can fix in the next one? In regards to
be
yourself.
myself.
To be yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she fell in love with a version of me that was almost fake.
Fake? What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean by that?
Like, you know, where like it's almost like a peacock, if that makes sense. Like you were showing off all this stuff, but it isn't really you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I feel like I should definitely just be myself from the start of anything. Don't
I think that's
anything.
a big first step.
Yeah.
Because from my point of view, I feel like it fell off because, well, based on what you said, it fell off because you started showing who you are and not who you display yourself as, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And if you had just began by displaying yourself, it would have been a lot better. And maybe you guys would have broken up earlier as she'd seen, or maybe not. Maybe it wouldn't have worked out earlier because you had been honest with yourself. But ultimately, you guys would have been happy, right? Because it wouldn't have ended like this. It would have just been broken off, and you guys would have found your separate paths, and it just wouldn't have worked out. But there was a bunch of fights, and there was a lot of disagreements, and I think there was a lot of disrespect. And I think that all could have been avoided if you had shown who you were.
Yeah, for this one, I do take the blame. Like, we both had our own, perspectives and our own, opinions upon everything. But, although we had our own opinions and stuff like that, it was just, constant conflict.
Yeah.
And just a bunch of battling upon which is the better opinion, which I feel like was terrible. Although we did try to meet in the middle most of the time, I feel like there were times where it was just difficult.
Yeah. No question.
Because either of us would not get our ways, and we would try to, I guess, what's the word? I don't even know what the word is. Oh my god.
What do you think the major turning point was?
As soon as I started to become more myself, I guess you could say. At first in the relationship, I feel like I overreached the goal, if that makes sense.
What do you mean?
And I set the bar too high.
Okay, yeah.
And so, since I set the bar so high...
What does that entail? What does the bar being high mean?
Like, the type of person that I pretended to be.
So you tried to be the kind of person that she wanted you to be and not who you were. Or you thought that she wanted you to be.
A little bit.
Do you think that if you had just been your real, genuine self from the get-go, she would have stayed with you?
I don't know. I feel like that's a question that is hard to answer because I just never would have thought from that perspective. Although there are times where I just wondered what it would be like, I can't get a for sure answer.
What's the difference between your real, genuine self and and who you thought she wanted you to be, or your not real self? Like, what do you think the key difference is? Like, who were you in the beginning versus who are you now?
I'd say in the beginning I was a constant provider.
Constant
Just
provider?
Yeah, just like fulfilling every like trying to fulfill every bar as much as I could just to look like a good person. And then it's almost
But what
like
makes you not a good person?
Huh?
What makes you not a good person?
I guess lying about who I really was.
Who are you really? Like, what's the difference between then and now?
I guess my effort, I guess. I don't know. What were you gonna say?
I kind of feel like you're explaining the difference between who you were and who you are. The person she got with versus the person she broke up with is just the difference between putting in effort and not.
Yeah.
And I just kind of feel like you gave up putting in effort.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like maybe you weren't lying about who you were in the past, or you weren't putting up a fake personality. I think did you just give up?
I don't know. I felt like I kind of did.
Yeah? Or you stopped feeling the need to put in effort? I'm not berating you. I'm trying to dissect this.
I feel like I feel like I almost like did, because like I was like, it's such a bad mindset. It's like almost like I got the girl. Now I'm like able to relax.
You took it for granted?
Be able to be comfortable and like not have to do as much. And I feel like when I did that, it like just started to alter the relationship for sure.
Just because you're putting in a lack of effort?
Yeah, for sure.
How did you feel when you threatened to break up with her for when you lied to her about the cousin thing? Do you think that kind of made things worse?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah?
I feel like at that time there was just so much conflict too that I just like, and when I said that, it added more to it. And then
yeah,
it was just like, it was like throwing like a match in gasoline, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was all built up.
Could you kind of see the difference in respect from the two different parties were coming into play? Like, I feel like there was a bit of a slight lack of respect overall from your end, and then I think she was trying to compensate. I think she was trying to give you the respect that she wanted to see from you, as in an understanding tone, not threatening breakup. She kind of laid out the steps for you in order for her to feel good in the relationship, and I don't know if you saw them. It took me a little bit of thinking to be able to see that myself, but I think in reality, the solution to a healthy relationship is so much simpler than you might think. And I've been through that before. Like, I think maybe men have a harder time understanding overall throughout a relationship, just because, I don't know, there's just something about men. No, I can't say men. Boys. There's something about... Hmm?
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry. Continue what you were saying.
I just feel like there's a lack of understanding completely within a relationship, especially new relationships or first relationships. In first relationships, I mean genuine, like a genuine long-term first relationship. I feel like there's a big ol' wall that a boy has to climb over in order to understand properly. It's hard for me to articulate just because I've been through the same thing, sort of. Just like the complete lack of understanding. But, man, I lost my train of thought. What are you thinking?
I just wonder how different this relationship may have been if I was able to fulfill those wishes or those wants or those needs.
I think the more you think about it, the more simple it's going to become, if that makes sense. And I think you should avoid as much as you can putting yourself down, because it won't get you anywhere. And I think after a while, you should start journaling how you're feeling, and maybe go through different aspects of the relationship and see maybe what you could have done different, like what you could have learned. I think in this situation, journaling would be really important. Just to get your thoughts out and help you avoid internalizing them. And yeah, I think communicate to yourself as clearly as you possibly can before you communicate to other people. And other people meaning like Izzy, you know. You, like, if you need to talk to a therapist, you should absolutely talk to them. But like, I don't want you to build opinions based on what other people think, because it's not healthy. You should dive internally before you jump externally, you know. And just take care of yourself. Like, don't forget to eat. Don't forget to sleep. Make sure you practice meditative activities. Hit some Gretzky's, right? Right, you've got to heal from this, but make sure you don't do anything avoidant. Like try to keep. If you notice yourself jumping to like scrolling or something, try not to scroll. Try to do something mindful, right? Be present in the moment so you can learn from what you're thinking. And I think that's the best way to go forwards. And maybe eventually you should practice gratitude and maybe send her a thank you.
I did.
Did you? Okay. Yeah, I think practice as much gratitude as you can.
Yeah, I said my gratitude, right? Like after like I dropped her off, I went to work and then I like described how grateful I was about everything, all the experiences. And she's like, thank you. I appreciate all the words and all the time that we had together.
Yeah.
And she just said to stay safe and just like that. And I was like, but yeah, I did like a heartfelt message of like a good farewell, but you know what I mean? Because I feel like even then, there's no need to end with like a I hate you or.
Well, yeah, because you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. So you're just gonna focus on school, and you should hit the gym. Get big.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing for sure. Yeah, I feel like I had to tell you first, you know.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you for telling me.
Sure. But yeah, it's just a lot of conflict for. I feel like it's just a lot of conflict, and I just need to overcome the challenges in mine. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you said.
I understand.
Are you gonna hit up the Gretzky tomorrow? Or not the Gretzky, but the thing tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to practice. I've been training for it.
I'll try to invite Han to go.
Yeah, get as many people as you can.
Hopefully we can do a full ice skating.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna go to bed.
Alright.
Stay safe. Take care of yourself, man.
Sir, thank you for the time, man.
Of course.
Appreciate you.
I'll see you later, man.
Alright, see you, dude.
Bye-bye.